My name is Liam. I'm 29. By most standards, my job is nothing remarkable. I work the night shift at a supermarket. When shoppers head home and the streets fall silent, I move quietly through the aisles. Bathed in the stillness of night and the pale glow of fluorescent lights, the store becomes something else entirely, another world. By day, this place is alive. Children's laughter, quarrels at the registers, the squeal of shopping carts. But when darkness falls and the noise dies away, all that lingers is the faint buzz of the lights and the low hum of the refrigerators. At first, the silence unsettled me, but in time it became routine. Eventually, I even came to enjoy it, a rare chance to be alone with my thoughts, at least until that night. By 11 that night, my shift had begun. The air outside was cool, the streetlights glowing as if trapped in a yellow haze. As I stepped inside, Marta, the worker from the previous shift, snatched up her coat and hurried past me. "Everything all right?" I asked. She shook her head, her face unsettled. "No, I don't know. It's been a strange day." "Be careful," she muttered before slipping out the door. The sound of it shutting echoed through the hollow store. A tightness stirred in my chest, but I brushed it off. I busied myself with the usual routine, straightening shelves, checking expiration dates, mopping the floor. Later, behind the register, I was scrolling through stock records when the front doors gave a sharp, metallic click. I looked up. They hadn't opened, just a stutter, like someone had brushed against them but hadn't stepped inside. Outside, the street was deserted. "Probably the wind," I whispered. Yet inside, there was no draft. I pressed my face to the glass. In the yellow streetlight, only the empty pavement and a couple of trash bags. By midnight, the atmosphere had thickened. Under the fluorescent glow, everything looked too bright, too sterile. Wandering the aisles, I kept sensing movement, a shadow slipping just out of sight. Each time I turned, nothing was there. At the refrigerators, I noticed fog misting the glass. Normal. But this time, streaked across the condensation were fingerprints, as if someone inside had pressed their hand against the glass. I touched it, ice cold. My pulse quickened. I wiped it away, but the unease clung to me. When I returned to the counter, the stock list had vanished. The screen was black, with a single word burning in white. "Hello." My hands shook. I powered it down. When it came back on, everything was normal again. "You're exhausted, Liam." "Just hallucinations," I told myself. But deep down, I knew better. The store had cameras. Normally, we only checked them when something went wrong. That night, I turned them on for reassurance. 8 angles appeared. The entrance, the registers, the aisles, the back room, all empty. Just me. Then, in the bottom right feed, something moved. A shadow, vague, human-shaped, standing by the snack aisle. But when I switched to another angle, it was gone. I rubbed my eyes, looked again. Nothing. My throat dried. "Who's there?" I shouted into the store. My voice echoed. Silence answered. Toward 2 a.m., a headache bloomed. I retreated to the back room, a table, 2 chairs, my thermos of coffee. I was taking a sip when I heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. Moving from the storage room into the aisles. My chair scraped as I leapt up. I flung open the door. Nothing. Empty rows. But the sound continued. Someone walking, unseen. My heart pounded. I ran back to the register and stared at the monitors. The footsteps ceased. Then, on the bakery feed, a tall black figure flickered into view. It lingered for seconds, then dissolved. My breath caught. Normally, after 3 a.m., only the occasional customer appears. That night, not a soul. At 3:07, my phone told me. And just then, the automatic doors slid open. I froze. No one came in. Outside was still empty. The doors opened, closed, opened, closed, as if someone invisible were passing through. An electrical fault, I muttered. But inside, a voice screamed, "This isn't normal." I waited. Finally, the doors stayed shut, but the air had shifted. A chill wind swept through the store, raising goosebumps along my arms. Back at the counter, I heard them, whispers, indistinct, many voices murmuring together. "Liam, my name. Don't leave us." I shot upright. The sound came from the chocolate aisle. My steps trembled as I moved toward it, and then the lights flickered. Once, twice. The store drowned in blackness. When the light returned, it lasted only a heartbeat, but in that heartbeat, I saw it. A face, pale, eyeless, inches from mine, then gone. I screamed. I bolted back to the register, grabbed my phone. The screen froze, unresponsive. No call would go through. Rage flared. I hurled it aside. There was only one thought left. Hide. I rushed to the back room, slammed the door, crawled beneath the table. My heart thundered so loud it drowned out everything else. For a time, there was nothing. Only silence. Then, the doorknob began to turn. Slowly, deliberately. The door creaked open on its own. In the darkness of the corridor leading to the storage room, a figure emerged. Tall, thin, faceless, a hollow black void where features should be. It stepped toward me. I screamed and slammed the door shut, shoving a cabinet against it. The wood rattled violently, as if something on the other side was pushing back. Then, just as suddenly, it stopped. The hours crawled by. When I felt dawn must have come, I summoned what courage I had and ran to the front. But the automatic doors wouldn't budge. I pushed, pulled, they were sealed. "Help me!" I shouted. My voice echoed into emptiness. No one outside. I turned to the monitors. Every feed was black, except one. The register. On the screen, I sat at the counter. But it wasn't me. I wasn't even looking at the camera, yet the figure on the screen was staring directly at me. And then, slowly, it smiled. My legs gave out beneath me. I don't know how long it's been since. Time has no meaning here. The lights burn endlessly, yet outside, the sun never rises. The cycle repeats. The door opens and closes. The whispers swell. Shadows roam the aisles. I no longer know if any of it is real, or if my mind has shattered completely. But one truth remains. I'll never leave this place. The store is my tomb. And if you've somehow found these words, don't come here at night, because the voices are still inside, and now they whisper not only my name, they whisper yours.